Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Trolley Dash. Now we have an incredible deal on our Whoopsie this week. It's our wonderful wintertime topper collection. You're going to receive 8 different toppers, cardstock and foil cardstock, along with some really cool element sheets. So I thought after today's show we would do another little tutorial to show you some other fun cards you can make with it. So let's get to it. I've selected the Do You Want to Build a Snowman, and I've picked out this really nice edge-to-edge foil cardstock. We're going to start by cutting down our cardstock to 28 centimetres. Now we're going to do an inverted stepper card with this. So once you've cut that down to 28 centimetres, we're going to bring in our scoreboard. On our scoreboard, you want to flip it over to your centimetre side. And then we're going to score this where it needs to be. But we need to know how much of a gap we need to leave. So I'll bring in my topper. Now my topper is about 12 centimetres. So the whole section here is 21. So I think if we do each side at 4 centimetres, we'll have a little bit of an edge on each side. So what you want to do now is just take in a ruler and a pencil or a pen if you've got one. We are just going to mark our cardstock at 4 centimetres on each side, because these are the panels where we don't want to score on both sides. So we'll do it on one side, and then so we don't need to remember another measurement, we'll spin that over. And again, I'm going to score it at mark it at 4 centimetres. Now we need to score these panels. So now we're going to score the panels at 3, and you want to go between those lines, at 6, at 10, all the way at 14, and then at 21 in the back section. And then we'll bring in our trimmer, and we're going to cut from our base score line to our top one, and we'll flip our cardstock over and we'll do it again. So from the top to the bottom score line, and then we can mountain and valley fold all of these. So first of all, the easiest thing is to score and fold in the center section, because we know that's going to stay nice and neat. And then these middle panels we can then mountain and valley fold. So you just want to pop it out, and then we're going to fold these all into each other until you create your inverted stepper. So your steps are in the center panels of your card, so that will sit like this. So now we can decorate it with some of the elements that we've got on here. We have our border strip and our topper. So our topper is going to fit sort of in the back section of our card. Then we can use these smaller elements. So I've got Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And we've got the little snowman here as well. And then we can let's pop them to that side. We can have To Someone Special at Christmas. And then let's use Let It Snow as well. So I'm going to use all of those sentiments, and then I'm going to also use my border strip. So let's just cut that down. So cut that away, and now we can start building this up. So I'm just going to move my scoreboard out of the way, and we will get sticking with these. So we want to just mark off the back of our topper, just so we don't put any glue or tape underneath this section. So I'm going to use my frame I'm going to use the outer frame and the inner frame as well. So just pop all of those out, and then I'm going to sort of lay them back into each other so we can see where our adhesive needs to go. So for the middle topper, I'm going to add in sort of double foam pads across here. So we'll go with one set on there. And then our outer frame, I'm going to go in with our large strip foam pads and just run them along that bottom section. And then the inner frame, we're going to go in with some tape. So just pop in that so it joins up nicely. And then I'm going to get some super skinny 3mm tape. This is going to fit in that smaller frame. So once we've found the end, we can just add our tape in line with those foam pads just along the bottom section, and it'll curve really nicely into place here as well. So now let's get building this card up. We're going to go with the outer frame first so we know that we've got enough space for everything. So this is going to sit in this base section here. You could also put it on the middle section to create some dimension if you wanted to. But we're going to stick that in the back there in line. Then we'll pop our bottom base on. I'm just going to lift up that tape, pop that flat in place, and then we'll use our main topper. We can line up there. Let's put some of these elements with foam pads on next. So our do you want to build a snowman, I'm going to stick just sort of on the edge here, and then our round topper with our snowman on is going to fit just over that slightly, so we can still read that text on there. And then we're going to use our Let It Snow just on the edge. So we'll get some smaller foam pads for that one. And then our border frame, I think I'm going to stick right across the bottom, or I might put it down the two sides. Let's go with that. So I'm going to cut this border strip in half. So let's just cut it in half, and then we can line that up together. So our edges will be the same. So just cut down the center section just a little way up, and then you can go in from your edges, and that will create our nice equal borders. We can stick them on with some foam pads just to give them a little bit of height. So stick them centrally onto here, and it's just going to go just off the bottom. It fits quite perfectly onto there. So then we'll stick our next one across the side, and then finishing off with our To Someone Special This Christmas. We'll add that to the center of our card, and that is how you can create a really cool inverted stepper using the amazing, wonderful wintertime luxury topper collection, which is this week's Whoopsie.